Hey, welcome to a new video. Tonight we're actually off with Alex Hachiroku down to Daikoku PA. I often get asked about, places to visit once guys come here to Japan to kind of check out the car culture, see what's happening, meeting spots and so on. And, I always tell them, check out Daikoku parking area on a Friday, Saturday night, maybe Sunday morning. But I just wanted to also show you what goes on a random weekday night. It's a very cold night in January, and it's a good example of what you can expect to find even if you drop on a non-busy day. So I think hopefully this will give you a good idea of what to expect, even though you can't probably make it over the weekend or you want to avoid the chaos and all the tours that happen there. But I'm pretty sure it could potentially be busy. You never know. So we just got some gas and we're gonna head out. So hope you enjoyed the drive down to Daikoku from our perspective, and hopefully find some good stuff down there. Alright, so we made it down to Daikoku, and as expected the turnout is actually pretty good, and it's still pretty early. It's just like past 9 o'clock. I think we'll be getting a lot of cars coming in soon. Hopefully the night is young. We'll have a first preliminary walk, see what we can find. Starting off with this light green 964 behind me. Looks very interesting. I want to see more. Let's go take a look. Oh, here she is. I came around to the bright side. So it looks like a pretty stock 964. It's got the big red calipers up front, roof wheels. It's a Tiptronic, just like mine. And I really don't know if this was a factory color. It looks pretty clean. It could have been repainted, I'm not sure. It's got this very much roof-like color matched section in the very middle of the tail lights. The American style bumper, left-hand drive. Very cool. Very, very cool. Yes, narrow body 964s are super nice. But you gotta have the wide ones too, right? Actually, I didn't even show you Alec's car properly. We started at the gas station. I probably should have shown it there with more light, but he's just picked up a brand new grille here. Makes that front end even more cooler now that it's all like shiny. It's always nice when you find old stock that's pretty much as new as it gets. And right behind Alec's black hole here. God, it's so dark in the... If you don't get any light on this paint, it just disappears. Really need to park it under a spotlight. Right behind it, super cool crown. Slammed down on a set of T37s. These are the old school ones that still have the stickers. Looks like it's being custom color matched to maybe some other green detail on the car. But don't you just love these old school Crown sedans slammed down on some sporty wheels? Now that I like a lot. Spotted a few other slightly more vintage cars up here. There's a Hachiroku Treno notch in the middle here. Lumpy Idol. Super sick Cedric right next to it. Completely stock on Steelies. Gotta love the fender mirrors. And people still running things like this. Very clean and simple 180 next to it. Yeah, this is what you get on a random Thursday night. Bit of rally action here. Big up to BR. And my son was one of the coolest guys ever. And we should probably actually drop by BR to see how his son is doing. See what kind of work they're doing these days. But there you go, another Subaru Impreza. So you Subaru guys can be happy. One of the R9 guys has just pulled up in this 964. If you've checked out my Tatsumi PA coverage over the years, you would have seen this car a million times. Turbo Beast, T37s, and the Martini livery. So beautiful. And as you can see, this guy drives hard. Front bumper peppered by stone chips. This is the real deal, guys. But I have seen something very, very interesting down here. Beautiful white NSX. Oh, and you've guessed it, T37s. This is absolutely amazing. My preference for these, of course, is always the pop-up lights, but I'll take an A2 as well. No problem there. You have a nice pairing here, hidden away in the corner. Civic Type R and an R33 GTR. Looks like it's running the original plate by the vintage look of it. Sitting on some BBS rims. And damn, does the F05 have a really cool front end. Next to it, another legendary Honda S2000. Well used. Got a nice RX-8 here. Sitting pretty simple approach. Got a bad boy M3 here on some Yokohama Advan GTs. So much carbon on this thing. And that vented hood. Very, very cool. There's even a trunk spoiler. And an Alfa Romeo 156. I think that's another thing I want to start touching on here in Japan. It's the slightly more harder to find cars, but cars that have a following. Alfa Romeo has always done very well in Japan, especially the sportier versions. The 156 is still very kind of sought after, especially the rare stuff like the GTA. And there are shops that cater to these cars. Sick 100 on R32 wheels. Now that's an interesting combo. Interesting Mini. So it looks like the back has been completely taken over by a Sirius stereo, TV, audio visual system. Crazy spoiler coming out from either side of the number plate. You will find everything and anything modified here. Okay, this is something you don't really often come across at Daikoku parking area. Lifted off-roaders. There's a pairing here that is just unbelievably cool. We got an old FJ lifted up on massive off-road wheels, and it's actually making that Hilux Surf next to it look ridiculously tiny. What a cool approach to creating a vintage off-roader, both on slash plates. Probably been out off-roading today. Some tires in the back of the Hilux. But wow, so cool. Land Cruiser FJ60 turbo diesel. Beautiful thing. All right, here's another Impreza for you guys. Slightly more modern, but fully modified. It's got tons and tons of aero. Pretty cool set of wheels. And it's sitting across from some wide awesomeness. There's a couple of Fortune RX-7s. Got an orange one here, right next to the Liberty Walk R35s. Another orange Fortune and a Z33. Hey, I just found another RX-8. This one's wearing some Vel side bits, and right across from that is a nice trio of some good stuff. We got two R34 GTRs, cars that we come across a bunch of times. And yep, another Subaru Impreza. This is the special one. They're given away by the fact that it has that on the roof and that on the side. I actually did a story on this generation of the Spec C Type RA back in the day when it first came out. I actually got a press car from STI in Mitaka, and I remember this thing being ballistic. I even remember dropping the clutch pretty much at redline and doing very stupid stuff, as you do with press cars. And yeah, great to see these still out on the road and people enjoying them. Right, let's see what else has come in since we've been here. And we saw a cool Crown before, but this is something absolutely nuts. Looks like it's sitting on a full BN Sports aero package, but there's so much custom work that has been done to the metal here. Look how the fenders are widened. That's even literally retilted. The fuel filler cover, the rear door. Crazy lip on these Koenig wheels. Full roll cage inside. Leopard covered bucket seats. Quite the impact from the front as well. They had the bonnet up a second ago. Let's see if we can see the engine bay. All right, we can have a proper look inside. Classy. This is so sick. Crazy roll cage, like I mentioned before. There's actually a set of spare wheels in the back. And we'll definitely have to take a look at the engine here and see if the owner can pop the hood for us again. All right, it turns out the owner is actually... oh my God, this chaser is so loud. So the owner here has actually built the car himself because he owns a body shop. So he's adapted the BN Sports bumpers and skirts from a Chaser, JZX 100, and oh my God, wow, 1J. I thought it was a big turbo before, but he just added a big filter. Looks like a Blitz. So sick that these cars used to run straight sixes, now they're all gone. 2-liter hybrid, like, just literally ruined the whole Crown lineup. But yeah, I think we probably need to do something with this guy because I love his style. Another couple of cool cars here in what I call the perfect spot here at Daikoku. Just look at that background. Forget the trucks, but I'm talking about the roads back there in the sky. So sick. So, you know, I hope that kind of gives you an idea of what you can expect to find here at Daikoku on any given night. If the weather's good, usually there'll be people here. Look, there's even a little Alpine shooting off now. So, hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you check back soon for more. Hit me up on dinodc.co for the merch and Patreon. And of course, check the main channel, DinoDC. Hope you enjoyed this nightly cruise here to Daikoku PA. And there'll be more videos like this coming to the channel soon, so check back for more. They just keep arriving. Check out this FD full RE Mamiya conversion. One we saw at one of the meets around Tokyo Salon.